Some rocks are just rocks, but others look like they were carved by gods, painted by artists, or dropped here from another planet. There's a rock mountain that lays stone eggs. Layers of rock in Spain quietly mark the exact moment the dinosaurs vanished. You'll see cliffs that look like massive organ pipes and a boulder shaped exactly like a turtle. You'll even find a rock so smooth and brown it's been nicknamed melted chocolate. One rock in Scotland seems to have stitched the earth back together, while another on a quiet beach traps rainbow-colored stripes in stone. There's a desert that looks more like Mars than Earth, and a formation where the rocks resemble human and animal faces. A snake-shaped cave in Thailand is said by locals to be a cursed serpent, and honeycomb-like patterns carved by wind and salt. And these aren't science fiction. They're real places you can actually visit today. Let's dive in and explore the most unbelievable and amazing rock formations on Earth. 22. Garni Gorge. The Garni Gorge is located near the village of Garni, about 23 kilometers from Yerevan, Armenia. It features towering basalt columns naturally formed from lava flows that cooled and cracked into hexagonal shapes. Locals call this spot the Symphony of Stones because the columns resemble giant organ pipes hanging from the cliff walls. The gorge was carved by the Azat River, which winds through the base, exposing the vertical basalt formations that rise up to 50 meters high. These formations are part of a prehistoric lava field created millions of years ago by volcanic activity from nearby Mount Aragats. Garni Gorge sits just below the Temple of Garni, a well-known 1st-century pagan temple. Most visitors go to the temple but skip the gorge, making it a quiet and untouched natural site. You can hike or drive down into the canyon. There's no entry fee and it's open year-round. 21. White Pocket. White Pocket is a remote rock formation inside Vermilion Cliffs National Monument in northern Arizona. It's known for its swirling patterns of white, red, and orange sandstone, formed over 190 million years ago from ancient sand dunes that later hardened into rock. The area's twisted textures and bubble-like surfaces were shaped by underground pressure, faulting, and erosion, giving it a look unlike any other desert site in the US. Some surfaces appear cracked, while others resemble flowing marble or brain coral. Unlike the Wave, White Pocket does not require a permit, but it's much harder to reach. Visitors must drive over 20 miles of deep sand, requiring a 4x4 vehicle. There are no facilities, signs, or trails, only GPS or guide-led access. White Pocket has become popular among photographers and drone filmmakers, with its unique landscape featured in National Geographic and Nature magazines. It remains one of the Southwest's most stunning but least visited rock formations. 20. Organ Pipes National Park. Located just 20 kilometers northwest of Melbourne, Organ Pipes National Park is home to some of the most striking volcanic rock formations in the whole of Australia. The park's main feature is a cliff of vertical basalt columns that look like giant organ pipes, formed around 2.5 million years ago, during a volcanic eruption in the Pliocene period. As lava cooled and cracked, it created these hexagonal columns through a natural process called columnar jointing, the same process seen at places like Giant's Causeway in Ireland and Stwalagen Canyon in Iceland. The organ pipes rise about 20 meters high and line a section of Jackson's Creek where the basalt cliffs curve into the landscape. The park was declared a national park in 1972 and is one of Victoria's most accessible geological sites. Visitors can explore the formations via short walking trails, and the park also features other basalt formations like the Rosette Rock and tessellated pavement. It's a favorite spot for geology students, hikers, and nature lovers. 19. The Turtle-Shaped Rock. Near Kalarkahad in Punjab's Salt Range, this natural rock hill closely resembles a giant turtle with a rounded shell-like top and a head-shaped ridge. Composed mainly of limestone and sandstone from the Cambrian and Eocene periods, the formation contains marine fossils, evidence the area was once under a shallow sea. It was shaped over millions of years through tectonic uplift from the Indian-Eurasian plate collision and gradual erosion. Located beside the M2 motorway and near Kalarkahad Lake, it is easily visible to travelers and lies close to historical sites like the Kata's Raj temples. In 2023, drone footage by foreign traveler vloggers and TikTok creators went viral, boosting its recognition as a unique roadside landmark. Despite increased interest, the site remains undeveloped, preserving its natural state against the dramatic backdrop of the Salt Range. This combination of unusual shape, fossil-bearing rock, and location makes it one of Pakistan's most distinctive geological features. 18. Flysch Formation. The Flysch Cliffs in Zumaya, northern Spain, hold one of the most complete rock records of Earth's history. Formed over 100 million years ago, the layer of sandstone, shale, and limestone were created from ancient seabed sediments and later pushed upward by tectonic forces. One key layer marks the KPG boundary, the moment the asteroid hit that wiped out the dinosaurs. This makes Zumaya a major site for geologists and researchers worldwide. The cliffs are part of the Basque Coast UNESCO Geopark and stretch along the coastline between Zumaya and Deva. At low tide, you can walk along the rock platforms below. They look like broken glass or giant stone dominoes stacked up over millions of years. Just be careful, waves crash hard and some paths get slippery. Visitors can also explore the Flysch Route Trail or take boat tours to view the cliffs from the sea. The site gained more fame after Game of Thrones filmed nearby, boasting its popularity among tourists and nature lovers. If you liked this video so far, leave a like, and you can also check out 10 most wonderful places on planet Earth on our channel Forever Green. 16. Frankenstein's Stitches. Have you ever seen a rock that looks like it stitched the Earth back together? That's exactly what you'll find on the coast near Lairg, Scotland, where black stone is slashed with thick white lines, earning it the name Frankenstein's Stitches. This bizarre pattern formed when molten quartz pushed into cracks in ancient Louisian gneiss, some of the oldest rock on Earth, over 2.5 billion years old. As the quartz cooled, it hardened into clean white seams that cut sharply across the darker surface, creating the stitched appearance. There's no official sign or monument, but the formation sits right along the coastline and is reachable by walking along the shore. Photographers, geology fans, and drone users have started sharing the location online, bringing quiet attention to this remote corner of the highlands. It's not tall or massive, but this natural detail looks so intentional, people often think it was man-made. Instead, it's one of the strangest things erosion and heat ever left behind. 15. Chandaya, Egg-Laying Mountain. In a remote village in Guizhou Province, China, there's a strange rocky slope called Chandaya, also known as the Egg-Laying Mountain. Every few days, round stone eggs mysteriously appear from cracks in the cliff face and roll down to the ground below. Some are the size of chicken eggs, others as large as basketballs. Geologists have studied the site and found that the rocks forming the cliff are made of calcium-rich sedimentary layers, estimated to be over 500 million years old, dating back to the Cambrian period. Due to weathering, the denser material inside slowly pushes outward as the outer layer erodes, causing the stone eggs to fall out one by one. The phenomenon is still not fully explained and has drawn attention from scientists, tourists, and even documentary crews. The site lies near the village of Gulu, and villagers have long believed the mountain has spiritual power. Locals often collect and keep the eggs, which are now seen as good luck charms. 14. Chocolate Rock. The Chocolate Rock near Skardu in Gilgit-Baltistan, Pakistan, is a strange and beautiful rock formation that looks like it's made of smooth, melted chocolate. Its deep brown color and polished texture come from mica-rich, metamorphic rock. Formed under intense heat and pressure, geologists estimate the rock is part of the Karakoram Metamorphic Belt, which dates back over 50 million years. These rocks formed when ancient seabeds were pushed up and transformed during the collision of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates. Located on the roadside toward Shigar Valley, it's easy to spot and has become a popular stop for tourists heading into the mountains. The smooth, flowing shape and rich color have earned it the nickname Chocolate Rock, especially after travel vloggers and local tour pages shared it online. Though not officially a tourist site, it's now one of the most photographed roadside attractions in Skardu, often visited on the way to higher peaks or desert valleys nearby. 13. Pillars of Hercules. The Pillars of Hercules are tall, natural rock columns standing at the edge of the sea in English Harbor, on the southern coast of Antigua in the Caribbean. These pillars were carved over thousands of years by strong ocean waves and wind, dates back around 20 million years. Wearing away the softer limestone and leaving behind towering vertical stacks that now guard the coast like ancient stone soldiers. The name comes from the mythical Pillars of Hercules near the Strait of Gibraltar. But these formations are completely natural. They're part of the island's volcanic and limestone geology, slowly shaped by the sea crashing into the cliffs. The site is easy to reach by boat or by hiking from Shirley Heights, a historic military lookout. The view from the cliffs shows the pillars rising directly from the turquoise water. It's a popular spot for snorkeling, drone filming, and coastal photography. The area is protected within Nelson's Dockyard National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, making it both a geological wonder and a piece of Antigua's historic landscape. 12th, Putangirua Pinnacles. Have you ever walked through a valley where the rocks rise like stone soldiers in total silence? That's what it feels like at the Putangirua Pinnacles in Wairarapa, New Zealand. These towering stone spikes were shaped by erosion and rainfall over the last 120,000 years, carved from ancient gravel and volcanic ash. The tall pillars form naturally as water washes away softer material, leaving behind narrow columns called Badlands hoodoos. Some are as tall as buildings, clustered tightly in eerie formations that seem to watch you walk by. The site is part of the Aorangi Forest Park and is easy to reach. A hiking trail leads straight into the heart of the pinnacles, and it's especially haunting on foggy days. These formations gained worldwide fame when they appeared in The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King as the Paths of the Dead. Fans and hikers alike now visit to experience this otherworldly landscape in person. 11th, Red Dunes. Have you ever seen a desert that looks like Mars right here on Earth? In the small town of Pacola in Hidalgo, Mexico, bright red hills rise suddenly from the green countryside. Known as the Red Dunes, or Las Dunas Rojas, these formations are made of iron-rich sandstone, giving them their deep red color. They're believed to have formed over 65 million years ago, shaped by ancient seas, wind erosion, and changing climates. The soft, dry surface crumbles underfoot, revealing layers of mineral-rich earth that look like powdered brick. The dunes cover a small area but stand out dramatically against the surrounding landscape. There are no entrance fees or crowds, just wide open space where you can walk, take photos, or shoot drone footage. Many visitors say it feels like stepping into another planet, though still off the radar for most tourists. These red hills are growing in popularity thanks to social media videos and travel vlogs highlighting their surreal, Mars-like scenery. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to check out 10 most beautiful hidden caves in the world on 4 evergreen. 10. Honeycomb weathering. Have you ever seen rocks full of tiny holes like stone lace or a dried sponge? That's called honeycomb weathering, or taphony, a natural process that shapes rocks into delicate, patterned surfaces over thousands of years. These holes form when salt, moisture, and wind slowly break down the rock's surface, especially near coastlines or in dry, windy deserts. As salt water seeps in and dries, it leaves behind crystals that expand and crack the rock. Over time, the cracks deepen into small pits, then grow into larger, connected chambers. You can find taphony all over the world, from the coastal cliffs of Corsica to the Yelu Geopark in Taiwan, and even in Turkey's Cappadocia valleys. The textures have even inspired architects and designers, appearing in photo shoots and museum installations. Though they look fragile, these patterns are the result of slow, steady erosion over thousands of years. Standing in front of them feels like looking at nature's version of sculpture, one made without hands, only water, salt, and time. 9. Hosta Beach banded rocks. Have you ever seen a beach where the rocks look like rainbow stripes frozen in stone? That's exactly what you'll find at Hosta Beach on the Isle of North Uist, Scotland. The rocky shore is lined with banded metamorphic rocks that formed over 2.8 billion years ago, making them among the oldest in Europe. These layered rocks were shaped by volcanic activity, tectonic pressure, and glacial movement, creating bands of pink, green, black, and gray. Each stripe marks a shift in Earth's early crust, pressed together over time like pages in a forgotten book. Hosta Beach is quiet, remote, and rarely crowded. The rocks lie right on the shoreline and are fully visible during low tide. Though it's not a tourist hotspot, geologists and photographers travel here to study and capture these ancient patterns. There are no trails or visitor centers, just raw, untouched coastline, where the land tells its story through color and stone. Some say the beach looks more like a painting than a natural place. 8. Naga Cave. Deep in the forests of Bungle Province, Thailand, there's a rock formation that looks exactly like the body of a giant snake, scales, head, and all. This is Naga Cave, and many believe it's the fossilized remains of a mythical serpent. In Thai folklore, the Naga is a sacred serpent spirit said to guard the Mekong River. According to local legend, the rock is the body of a cursed Naga prince who turned to stone. The head of the snake-shaped rock rests on a cliff, while its scale-like patterns stretch along the mountain. Geologists estimate the rock is part of a 245 to 250 million-year-old. Scientists say the cave's shape is the result of erosion and weathering of sandstone over thousands of years. The natural patterns just happen to resemble snake scales, almost too perfectly. The cave is part of Pu Langka National Park, and hiking trails lead visitors through lush forest to the site. It's become a popular spiritual and tourist destination, especially after drone photos went viral showing the full snake-like curve hidden in the mountain landscape. 7. Al-Naslaa Rock. In the desert near Taima, Saudi Arabia, sits one of the most puzzling rock formations on Earth. Al-Naslaa is a massive sandstone boulder split perfectly down the middle with a laser-like gap, and yet both halves remain standing, balanced on small stone pedestals. The rock dates back to the prehistoric period, possibly over 4,000 years old, based on nearby petroglyphs showing animals and humans carved into the surface. Some believe ancient cultures considered this site sacred. Geologists say the split likely formed from a natural fault line where groundwater or wind carved out the crack, but the perfect symmetry of the split continues to stir debates and fuel theories involving ancient tools or lost civilizations. Al-Naslaa is located in the Tabuk region, and while remote, it's accessible by off-road vehicles. Whether natural or not, the precision of this formation has made it one of Saudi Arabia's most talked about geological mysteries. 6th, Marcahuasi Plateau. The Marcahuasi Plateau is a high-altitude rock site located in the Andes Mountains, about 4 hours east of Lima, Peru, standing at over 12,500 feet above sea level. It's known for its massive granite rock formations that appear to resemble human faces, animals, and symbols. These shapes formed through erosion and wind over millions of years, but some researchers believe ancient people may have altered or chosen these rocks for spiritual purposes. Geologists estimate the granite on the plateau is over 200 million years old, dating back to the Jurassic period. Some rocks seem to show dual profiles or animal heads, including shapes called the Monument to Humanity, the Frog, and the Lion. The site was used by pre-Inca cultures, and today it's popular for hiking, stargazing, and exploring unexplained phenomena. Some visitors claim to see strange lights in the sky at night. Reaching Marcahuasi requires a steep hike from the town of San Pedro de Costa, but the plateau offers rare views and deep mystery. 5. Waimushan rock formations. Along the coast of Keelung City in northern Taiwan, the Waimushan Seaside Scenic Area features one of the country's most underrated geological wonders. These rocks aren't towering giants, but instead they form a wide coastal platform, full of honeycomb patterns, wave-cut grooves, and sandstone terraces that stretch into the sea. Shaped by constant wave erosion, salt spray, and wind, these rocks are part of a 5-kilometer stretch between Waimushan Fishing Port and Wanli. Some of the flat rocks form natural tide pools, while others resemble broken tiles or fossil-like textures carved by the ocean over thousands of years. Waimushan is less crowded than Yeliu, but just as photogenic. Visitors often come for the sunset views, coastal bike rides, and quiet ocean walks. It's free to enter and accessible year-round. 4. Bungle Range. The Bungle Range, located inside Pernalulu National Park in Western Australia, is known for its massive beehive-shaped rock formations. These dome-like towers are made of sandstone and conglomerates that formed over 350 million years ago during the Devonian period. What makes them unique is the striped pattern, orange and black bands caused by different layers of iron and bacteria reacting to moisture. The black layers hold moisture longer, allowing microbes to grow, while the dry orange bands stay clear and dusty. For most of its history, the area was known mainly to the Kija and Jaru Aboriginal people, who consider it sacred. The outside world didn't learn about it until 1983, when it was captured during an aerial survey. Pernalulu is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and visitors can explore it by 4-wheel drive, helicopter, or on foot. The most famous spots include Cathedral Gorge and the Domes Walk, offering close-up views of this surreal ancient landscape. 3. Mono Lake. Mono Lake, located in eastern California near the Sierra Nevada, is one of the oldest lakes in North America, estimated to be over 760,000 years old. It's a saltwater lake, nearly 3 times saltier than the ocean, and contains no fish, but it supports brine shrimp, alkali flies, and draws millions of migratory birds each year. The lake is famous for its tufa towers, strange, spiky limestone formations that formed underwater when calcium-rich springs mixed with the lake's carbonate water. When Los Angeles began diverting water in the 1940s, the lake's level dropped, and these formations became exposed above ground. Mono Lake sits along the Pacific Flyway, making it a critical stop for bird species like the California gull. The site is open to the public, with trails, overlooks, and a nearby visitor center. Today, efforts continue to restore water levels and protect the lake's fragile ecosystem, which plays a major role in California's natural and environmental history. 2. The Wave, Arizona.
Hidden in the Coyote Buttes North area of the Arizona desert, the wave is a smooth, rippled rock formation that looks like frozen ocean waves in red and orange stone. It formed around 190 million years ago, when sand dunes hardened into sandstone and were slowly carved by wind and rain into wave-like curves. Each line marks ancient sand layers, shaped over time into ridges, bowls, and tunnels. The colors shift from deep reds to pale gold depending on the light. Some visitors say it feels like walking through a painting. Because it's fragile, access is restricted. Only 64 people are allowed per day, and you need to win a permit by lottery. The hike is about 6 miles round trip, with no signs or shade, just open desert. The wave has appeared in documentaries and on magazine covers, making it one of the most photographed rock sites in the US. Its surreal look, remoteness, and protected status make it a bucket list location for hikers, photographers, and geology lovers. 1. Devil's Tower. Have you ever seen a mountain that looks like a giant tree stump rising straight out of the earth? That's Devil's Tower, located in northeastern Wyoming, USA. Standing 867 feet tall from base to summit, this massive rock was the first national monument in the United States, designated by President Theodore Roosevelt in 1906. Geologists believe it formed around 50 million years ago, when magma pushed upward but cooled underground, forming column-like basalt. Erosion eventually exposed the tower's unique shape, marked by deep, straight vertical cracks that make it look like it was clawed by something huge. To the Lakota, Cheyenne, and Kiowa tribes, the tower is sacred. A popular legend says it was formed when a bear tried to reach 7 girls, scratching the rock's sides as it climbed. The girls were saved when the land rose beneath them. Devil's Tower is open to hikers and climbers, with trails around its base and permitted routes to the top. It also gained pop culture fame in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's it for today. Earth's weirdest rocks are real, and they're waiting for you to see them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know which one blew your mind.